or done things differently, because I can tell you right now, there's Alex who's over there doing some pool activities. I just want to kind of mention it to you guys, because as you get older, you start to look back on your life and you're like, damn, I wish I'd have done things differently, right? Well, and a lot of times, like, you know, you're young and you're naive and you're going through life and there's not really a handbook or a manual to kind of point you in a direction. And a lot of times people think, you know, or they always act like, oh, well, you know I got all the answers. But let me tell you, when you're the guy, you know, walking down that path, it's a whole lot different. You know, everybody can be a Monday morning quarterback. That's all I can say. So first thing I would say, don't ever sell any real estate, ever. Do not sell your real estate, ever. If you get another house, turn that into a rental property. If I would have done that with my first house, I would have 3 rental properties at this point in time, at the same age that I am now. And when I really dissected, you know, how much I got for the house that I sold after the real estate agent, you know, takes their cut, there's really not much left. So if I would have kept that house, that would have been a much better deal for me at this point. What's another one? Another one, cars. Do not spend a lot of money on cars. This is a tough one, okay? Because I can tell you right now, once I started doing decent, the first thing I did, I wanted to go get myself a nice car. I had a Dodge Viper, and then I ended up getting myself a Hellcat. It almost becomes addictive, right? It's one of these things where it's like you obviously got to pick what's going to be, you know, something that you can see yourself needing or wanting out of life. So I would recommend, if you're going to do it, don't buy anything used, okay? Because from my experience, whenever I bought anything used, I'd always end up dumping an assload of money into the thing where I could have bought the fucking thing brand new after you spend all the thousands to make the thing look right. And at the end of the day, it's still a used car and you don't get any of those dollars back. Understandably so, but I will say this, cars are a shitty ass investment. If I would have taken that same money and then put that towards my stock portfolio right now and not sold my house, I'd probably be looking a hell of a lot better than I am right now. But it's one of these things, you live life. Oh, that's my favorite part of the Terminator. Throws the guy out of the way. That's one of the things that I would definitely recommend, guys. And you know, once you hit 40, things change. At least they have for me. You know, I finally got rid of my last car, sold that, and I was actually able to do pretty good right now because if you got a particular car like the one I had, that Hellcat Red Eye, you know, you can't get them new. So, and I'm looking, and they're stickered for, you know, $25,000, $30,000 more than I paid for it 2 years ago. So I took advantage of that, and you know, obviously looking back at it, I probably wasted too much money. You can get a damn nice vehicle. You don't need to go crazy. I'm not saying drive a piece of shit, but do not spend a bunch of money on cars unless that's just one of those things that you gotta have and it makes you so happy, you know. But I got to the point where I was looking at my driveway and I'm like, I don't need this thing. Well, shit, if I'm not in love with this thing, I'm sure as shit not gonna pay for it, right? So I just decided to sell it. But yeah, those would be the things that I would definitely recommend. And the other thing, if you have a contractor build your house or your pool or anything else, make sure they have references, okay? Because there's a lot of people. I've been screwed just about every time I've tried to hire a contractor. And I can tell you right now, whether it be for commercial stuff, because I've had commercial shit built, I've also had residential shit built. And this pool area back here was a living nightmare to have it built because obviously when I had it built, I'm going to say I was 31 or 32 years old, I didn't know enough about construction in this industry to, you know, go back and take the contractor, the general contractor, and make sure he's not an asshole. You know, a lot of times people say things to you and you trust them, but then as you age in life and you've been burned several times, you start to learn from it. And I would say, you know, obviously when you entrust somebody to build something, you got to make sure they got references, because I can tell you right now, whenever the market gets good, you see a lot of guys with a pickup truck, a polo, and a clipboard, you know, and they couldn't build a sandcastle. It is what it is. So those are just some of the things that I fucked up on. Hopefully I'll be able to recover. You know, I'm trying to get as conservative as I possibly can right now because, you know, obviously I want to retire someday, and I can tell you right now, I don't want to be working at a toll booth or a greeter at Walmart in my 60s because I didn't put enough money away. But I hope you guys are having an awesome... Oh, and then one more thing. I would not have done... In my early 20s, I did a good amount of performance-enhancing drugs, okay? I'm not saying don't do them, but I can tell you this right now. There has been... I would have never touched Trenbolone. I know that's one I would have never touched. I would have definitely, I would have done the testosterone for sure, because that's helped me out big time. But I would say I would have been a little bit easier on my body in my 20s, because now I've got 2 blown shoulders and a bad back, and I'm not going to go ahead and admit it. A lot of it was due to, self-abuse. Because let's face it, when you got that shit pumping through you, you got the mentality you can do it, and when you're young, you don't feel it. But as you age, your body starts to, those miles start to show up when you hit about 35, 40. So I hope you guys are having a kick-ass Monday. Please check out our sale. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. I'm always there for you guys. I'm just a normal guy. I'm not one of these guys that's, I'm not some millionaire, flashy, I'm God's gift to the fitness industry. I'm none of that. I'm just a normal guy like you guys, and I always keep it real. Hope you guys have an awesome, awesome Monday. Bye.